Yeah. Anyway.
Well, hi everybody. Welcome to Lost Lore Academia. I thought someone was gonna say something, but I just kind of went live and it.
I was looking at Legos.
No, just like always, I'm a big flaccid letdown.
Great. Well, we all heard what he said, so let's just move on from it as best we can. My name is Philip, and
Don't know I'll be able to.
I'm Long Lost Lore. Around me are all our wonderful players. Class is back in session, players. We're so happy to have you all here.
Is that what we're supposed to say? Or
oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that. You know, this game has shifted in its aggressive, always-on actor content. So, you know, on Fridays, I'm like, let me give them a thing to say. So tonight I'll say, class is back in session, players.
Class is back in session, players.
Because you're the only one who did it, is my point. So.
Oh, wait, really? God damn it. Well, whatever. You know, it is about me.
What I should have done. We're gonna try that again. Hi everyone, and welcome to Lost Lore Academia. I am Long Lost Lore, Philip for this game. Nope, I'm gonna have to take three. Hi everybody, and welcome to Lost Lore Academia. I'm Philip, and I am Long Lost Lore for this game. And around me are our wonderful players. Say, class is back in session, players. Dan.
Class is back in session, players. Dan.
I'll
fucking do it. I'll fucking do it.
Can I tell you the percentage of doubt that I had that you would do it?
0.
Significantly less doubt than Meryl Streep had, okay?
Oh,
significantly less doubt. So
little doubt there would have been no fire for Robin Williams. Mrs. Doubtfire?
I got there.
I didn't.
When I was on Doubt, and all I could imagine was the movie Doubt with Robin Williams in the Philip Seymour Hoffman role.
Would have been good though. It still would have been good.
Oh, boys, you see my fingernails? So clean. Anyway, well, I don't know what's happening. But I'm into it. So. Thank you all so much for being here. For everyone who checks out this show and plays in this sort of crazy interactive thing. We had a fairly eventful session last week, in which our spring breakers. DJ3 was already off.
Not a movie.
It was
It is a movie. Yes.
a little worse for the wear today.
I know. I understand that.
Yeah.
But our whole crew, those who were still in town gathered as Connor attempted to stay in the Purple Place by bringing a pretty intense team of people to sort of survive. But he went in and found that he was unable to stay more than basically he stayed a pretty long time. He stayed about 8 hours, but much of that was sleeping while he was having weird dreams in there where he could hear the voices of the characters he'd brought along while drifting down a purple river. It was weird. The others voiced their frustrations at Connor's lack of a sufficient goodbye, or expressed their happiness that he even knew who they were, or said things about ghosts. We sort of left off with, you did, however, get a pretty, you guys had a pretty good, shall we say, I think it wasn't all new information, but the lore masters delivered kind of Krigig gave you a pretty good kind of rundown of some of the information that you had requested. They let you know about the nature of this space and all of that. I think the biggest takeaway of that was probably that they were sort of claiming what is unique about this is you have access to the Dreamlands from a very mundane place, which is hard to get to even from super magical places. So it's kind of rare that you have access to these kind of creations of characters from your minds and these dreamscapes that you can create, and that you have a lot of interesting opportunities and can kind of, do weird stuff with it. Also that these are versions of these people who may, and again, I know this part doesn't really get into the terrifying category 5 of things, but for Callie's brain, but like these are not even necessarily, if these are people who exist in some other multiverse, this isn't even necessarily them exactly. It is the Tome of Tales version of them. I think that did actually bother Callie a fair bit, if memory serves, last week. Maybe I'm mistaking that.
There is something that broke her a second time. Yes, I don't remember exactly what it was.
Something, because it's, kind of levels of like, what is it that we're really looking at here? And those of you also watching Blood from a Stone, there are some variations on that theme going on Fridays as well, which is
baby, are there?
Just great. So the point being, the Dreamlands and this omniversal current, you guys are connected to it. You have created your block party. You have summoned numerous characters. Last week, you did bring in your girl Paulette, who is another performer. So actually, you guys are you have a pretty good bench of performers at this point. Which is cool. So I don't know if this is just gonna attribute to a gem in the holograms thing, but you totally can. But basically everyone kind of went off and did their spring break activities. We have not unlocked any new characters this week. Oh, I will also say that one thing that I always personally appreciate when a thing that is set in game goes. I think Galanorian Saber out there was like, what's this about the Blazer Bolero? Got it. So that has now added to the list of things, and we do have Guff Mechalos as well in a similar way of to unlock the mysteries of jackets.
The jacket family.
The jacket family. There's a lot of mysteries of those jackets. But I think that is... I'm sure there are more things I should recap. Oh, okay, there's all this stuff going on with the Master Mages, if anyone cares about that. Amaterasu, all these gods. I don't know. Right now, it seems like no one's heading to your place. Dan, I suppose Connor did actually sort of like go there and learn that it has been very limited visitations of travelers such as you all, sort of other non-purple people. I have to do the one-eyed, one-horned flying purple people leader in this, don't I? Sorry. Just because there's purple people. So it can be a thing of like, it's a purple people eater in the song, but it could be a one-eyed, one-horned
purple
flying
people eater.
Purple people eater. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that. But it seemed like this golden sun shining down on the purple world over this kind of weird shard-like area. Golden sun, sorry, I guess that's for Dan as well.
Speaking of golden stuff.
So it seems like you may have a bit of breathing room there, and Amaterasu was very interested that you had access to this Tome of Tales, which is something that must partially have something to do with the Dreamlands and be a book that contain... I mean, this was where Callie's brain mainly broke, when all the things in the Tome of Tales included a Category 5, and she didn't care for that. But, these are sort of the open things, but I will say in a way that can kind of be, it's kind of interesting. You guys, upon returning from spring break, we'll kind of get into it here. You did acquire, and it's kind of a heartbreaker. You did acquire 19, not 20, instances of breaking. So you almost made it to 20, but it's only 19, but that's okay. So basically, you're going to get 3 things instead of 4 things.
Oh man, you guys should have broke harder.
Yeah. DJ3 broke very hard. DJ3, you call him...
You could say we didn't break well. In fact, we were.
All right. You can say that, but you shouldn't. Because Dan, it's just there. Go for the harder thing. Here's the joke. Well, I suppose we could have broken better, but which means we better call Saul. Okay. Now...
You're not just gonna round it up. You're not gonna.
The thing that makes me feel like I really should round it up is all of the people.
The fact that you said you might.
Is all of the people who said transcribe Maisie while being buzzed or dropping LSD. So I'm gonna ask you 4 right now a question. Do you want me to round up by having those Maisie things take place in this?
Sorry?
Like,
Meaning less Maisie transcribe?
Won't be
More-
less Maisie transcribe, but I will. If you want me to take, so okay. Actually, wait. Honest conversation. I was going to talk about this at the end of the thing. I'm going to post this as well. I am going to ask that people be a little more rigid in posting for downtime in general. Here's what you can post weird stuff afterwards. That's fine. But here's what I need. I need the first word to be the specific activity that's undertaking. So if you're doing transcribe, say transcribe Maisie, and then you can write weird stuff after it. Please don't make it only post once per day. That's also a big one. Please don't post a joke in that and then put, like I gotta have a little more rigidity just so I can easily count those. Whatever, that's fine. Here's what I'm saying. If you guys, right now, I'm treating all those transcribe Maisie while doing I'm treating those as just like a funny thing someone wrote. If you'd like me to treat those transcriptions of Maisie in altered states as another thing, I am more than happy to do so, and I will round you up to 20.
What's the con? It doesn't reduce from Maisie, but
You
nope.
won't know. I promise you the game will not become actively scary for you, but there might be some Maisie-based consequences.
Today
Consequences.
or
Yeah,
upcoming?
yeah.
Shenanigans.
We'll see.
Round up.
We have 2 votes for yes. What is your vote?
I'm the one that asked. Yeah.
Okay. So you don't have to vote. Congratulations.
No, but I'm.
Please vote. I love not having to vote. My favorite thing is to not have to vote.
No, you got to vote.
It's why I moved to California, so my vote doesn't matter. That's why I haven't voted in, Check's watch.
Oh, but I love peer pressure. I'm gonna vote yes.
Yeah.
Understood.
Unanimous.
Then it's unanimous. Well, it's a unanimous thing spearheaded by Callie. Great. All right. So,
Callie
Yeah.
wants more Maisie.
Callie, #1 Maisie proponent.
Yeah, I deserve that.
all right. So, you also did promise you'd help get Maisie, and technically, I suppose.
I
this-
did. Whenever that week arrives, I will.
It has been requested
do that.
that week is coming up at the end of April. That, according to Connor, or according to Dan, it's more Dan than Connor, that is the halfway mark to the week of Blood, the last week of October. So therefore, that is when there will be a Maisie rush week. Pledge Maisie. Oh, the Maisie, what would it, Mu, Alpha,
Sigma?
yeah, probably, so that'd be, whatever. So, friends. You gather in Hampstead Hall. Some of you are, I doubt anyone is still necessarily hungover other than probably DJ3, but you're all definitely, it's that first day back after spring break where, like by the end of classes, you were like, we're done, but now you have to go to Hampstead Hall and work on all this nonsense. You gather, Mo is present, sort of, kind of saying, yeah, go ahead, Connor.
I was going to say it'd probably be new, because new is the 13th letter of the Greek alphabet.
That's compelling. What you said is a compelling argument. New. Give me the hot new. The new hotness. Okay. At Hampstead Hall, Mo the librarian is there. He sort of mentions that he has there is no new, pages or characters to summon, but he hopes you all had a good spring break. He also says, I have this bag of lollipops. I know you guys get fancy treats from them, but if anybody wants a lollipop, I bought them for my kids, and then they were bad. So
At a real store outside of here?
Yeah, it's like at CVS.
I would like one.
Sure. And with her plate of buns, just Wednesday says, "Oh, of course, miss. Here you go. Would you like me to make you lollipops, miss, or it is literally things that I make bother you, miss?"
No and no.
Well, I'll take a bun because they are delicious. I'll take Frankie's. Hey, everyone, good to see you all. Hey, anybody let me know if you want to... I was taught this very interesting game. It's called Tic-Tac-Toe.
Tack. Is it?
Tack?
I want tack.
Tack-take-toe?
No. Sorry. The tic-tac-toe. The second. The second one is tack.
Understood. Great. Yeah, it's a deceptive. I mean, it's we've kind of figured, yeah, like you can play it without losing. But God, my ex-girlfriend, her kids would have loved it. It would have been real fun to play that with them. They were really good kids.
Oh, that's dark.
Oh.
No, they still
Oh,
are.
so you're not dating anymore.
Oh. Well, I say X because I'm sort of assuming, but actually, wait, how did things end in that? Never mind. He probably wouldn't have said X.
Where was the father with the kids? Did you have to...
He is the greatest guy. His name is Train, and he is his name's Train. I know it's a more common name where I'm from. It's not and he actually took part of her name, which I don't know how you guys feel about that here, but his name is Train Sadie Tell. And he's an art dealer. He is such a clever and passionate guy, and he's so smart too. And he's really good at what he does. He's really good at selling these beautiful artwork pieces. Very talented guy. I really really respect.
I remember reading that story. I thought he was the one responsible for losing the kids.
Now, I would say, it's so interesting that you've read things that have happened to me. I would absolutely say that he was not responsible. I would never put that at his feet. I think that circumstances were well outside of his control at that point. And no, I think he was a father just doing what any father in that position, what any human being, actually what any being in that position would do, which is try to get your kids back. And I am so glad he was able to do it. I envy and respect him. He's a great guy. Really cool guy. All right, well, great talking to you guys. It's always I love seeing you guys come in here. It's so fun.
See you on the ice.
Cool. Enjoy that lollipop, Al. It's good. I'll see you on the ice. I have been practicing. That I've been practicing at. Playing tic-tac-toe and skating. Yep. God, it's so cool to be alive or whatever the hell we are here. Not that I'm alive, because you guys know the whole... Yeah, all right. Oh, hey! How's it going, Sprite? Good to see you. Be well. Yep, you got walks in. Professor David...
We decommission him.
What's that?
Just to everyone else. Can we decommission him?
Oh.
Why? He's a great guy.
He's a great droid, you mean?
That's
Droid guy, what's the difference?
How
I mean,
would
we
that
have-
work?
Yes, how would that work?
we have literal evil villains, and I mean, I don't see what's the problem with having a droid that's a really nice droid.
I do like him.
Yeah.
Cool.
I just feel like if we're
Maybe we should
getting
spend
rid
more
of some, there
time
should
with
be a
him.
priority list, and he probably wouldn't be at the
Yeah.
top of it.
I think perhaps he should be at the top of it, Miss Caddy, but I'm here to do whatever you all require.
Maybe he'll chop onions with you.
I don't think she would like that.
I'd rather he not.
Wednesday, I'm glad we see eye to eye on this.
Yes, sir. Pardon?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
God, please, every week ask Elbrand more and more about Train, you guys. Just because he doesn't have a bad thing to say about the guy.
Gonna keep asking.
Ugh, God, no. Please, no.
Relationships
You want
are
Connor?
hard.
You want Connor to go commune with Maisie and get pulled into a dreadland? That's the best way to do it.
It's just, guys. It's hard to be.
He'll go after you. Yeah.
I'll say this.
Yeah. What if Elburn is the one that saves Connor though and brings him back?
Oh, please let Elbrand.
The Treadland is actually just all Elbrins.
Oh, please let. Oh my God.
A plane of Elbrins.
So, the professor is here, but as usual, he's yes. I'm just. I hope you're all doing well after your break. I sort of in my time off, I kind of I realized. I'm not sure what it was. I think last week or the week before, you said something, and it kind of was making me realize that I have lived more of my life as this man than where I started, and I guess I'm very interested in anything you are able to do or learn about this place. And would you have shared with him what you learned about the Tome of Tales and all that sort of stuff? Would you have mentioned those things to him at all? I wonder if
I don't see why not.
Do you think the Aeneas that I am I also from this Tome of Tales? Do you think that's what happened?
It's possible. I feel like we just don't have enough information right now to be sure.
I mean, you could be from Category 5. Honestly, it's really pointless to speculate because
like a hurricane. What's Category 5?
I literally can't explain it. It's.
That's fine. Well, in any case, just good luck with everything. Let me know if you have any, if this is interfering with anyone's other studies. Let me know. I have some clout. I can smooth things over, to whatever extent it's necessary. Because I appreciate what you've all been doing here. So, thank you.
Well, yeah. Thanks.
What'd you do last week?
I saw a few movies. I just kind of stayed around. I did some cleaning at my house. I went for a couple walks. I tried this brand new game that my niece wanted me to try called it's his niece, but it's like a half act. It's called Pokemon Go. Although he never met her because it's after them. Yeah, you do this thing on your phone where these little monsters.
Gotta catch them all.
Yeah. Oh, you know it. Of course, you guys do. Yeah.
Just like this.
It is like this, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Callie almost said so many things.
Callie about to ask for his friend code.
In any case,
Callie's not a huge gamer. We're very different people. But Professor, I have a bit of awkward series of questions.
Sure.
How old is your daughter?
No, not my daughter. My it's my niece. But
I thought the lollipop thing was, he said, from his daughter.
That was Mo the librarian. Sorry, their voices are a little similar.
I'm
very sorry. Yes.
Turned around. Callie said nothing.
It's bad DMing on my part because Mo is here and the professor's here, so it's like they both have a little gravel. It's bad. I should have just made the professor British.
It's never too late.
I mean,
if he starts talking British now, you're going to be like suspicious.
He's been British the whole time.
Honestly, Philip, I would have preferred like a authentic, like ancient, like Mediterranean accent.
I am Aeneas.
But based on movies, he would have a British accent.
Ancient Roma, here we come. That is true. Based on the rules of everything, the Romans are British. And cleverly, the Greeks in Oliver Stone's Alexander, the Greeks are British, but the Macedonians are Irish. Hence Colin Farrell. Okay, so enough talk about nonsense. The professor will kind of, he's actually. You have noticed that he does this periodically, but occasionally there'll be other characters up here, and he's we'll say he's currently chatting with Arthur the driver is up here. Arthur kind of just says, "I gotta say that what's down below is a bit sort of strange with those lights in the sky and everything. I like to either stay in Course Court or come up here and sit in this library. It just seems a bit. I mean, I've been to Course Court, but it seems not dissimilar. At least out the windows here, it's a normal night and not that. So he just kind of sits with the professor in one of the reading rooms, and they're just chatting. But the rest of you, you have some options for what you're going to do today, and kind of some. We've done some research, we've gone along some stuff, but there are some new sort of directions. So I guess the main question is, do you want to? Is today going to be a like resource gathering thing, or are you going to try to do one of your big major, let's let's try to get some specific thing today, or is today going to be a let's go down to the block party and just kind of see what we learn talking to characters? Because perhaps one takeaway that could be made from your conversation with all of the lore masters last time is there is a lot to maybe learn from these characters. Kind of, talking to them more, perhaps you'll get more just information or context to sort of weird things. And then the last thing is, of course, to go back to the purple place. So does anyone have any desires or goals or preferences for how you spend this first night back from spring break?
I'm ambivalent. I think my worry is that if we go to the purple place, it'll just lead to Doug extending his spring breaking.
No more. Look, if going to the purple place makes me feel better, like, we should just go there. Maybe that could be my superpower.
I love the idea of Doug just being like just as like been wearing sunglasses this whole time.
Yeah.
Do you have a preference?
No.
Okay. Well, in that case, we will do my favorite thing, which will be something will happen.
Have we figured out a way to leave our purple place to go to others?
You have not figured out a way to leave your purple place to go to others. The telemetry on the ship didn't say it went too far. That is not a thing you have looked into. However, the elevator dings.
I turn and look at the elevator.
You see standing in it.
I thought you said the elevator games. And I'm
The
like,
elevator
what
does
game?
game.
What are you talking about?
The elevator games, and sort of standing in it is... who would she have sent? Okay. Is the hottie. Hottie's like, hey guys. Did you guys have a good week of partying? That's what they said you were all doing.
I was.
That's so cool. I came up here to say something. No, she sent me up here to say something. I'm so sorry.
Please, no more partying.
No, wait, is it a party? It might be a party. Oh, you're cordially. Oh, like cordials, like cherry cordials. That's right. So yeah, it's definitely more of a party. No, you're cordially invited to the show you requested.
Oh, the Troubadour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Representation in the form of song.
That's the
Oh,
one.
right. Yeah. All right. I guess let's go take a look at that.
All right.
At the Bad Dragon.
Yeah, the Bad Dragon. Woo! It's a party. I love the Bad Dragon. The music in there, you like feel it like everywhere.
If you want.
We just like turn it down
Like
a little bit.
when you're in the Bad Dragon, if they have like the subwoofers on, the woofers, the waff, like you can like. Have you ever been like you can like feel the bass like everywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets that. She just gets into the elevator, kind of slips a little bit, but like holds onto the thing. Woo, party! I mean, a performance. What? She sent me down here. I remembered. So if you guys get on the elevator, you can take a trip to the block party, and you step off. Along the way, I've just been doing one of these every time. A shadow elf agitator is at a cart, and he's like, pretzels, get your pretzels here. This is I've worked as this as a job before. You want a pretzel?
Yeah.
Yeah, come get a pretzel. Pretzel, we got mustard. We got elf sauce. If you don't
Sauce?
Yeah, try the elf sauce. I made that
What is
myself.
elf sauce?
Elf sauce.
I'm gonna try it.
It's delicious. It's a so elf sauce is
Is
very
it sauce made by elves or
sauce made
of
by and not of.
Okay.
Are they made of real Girl Scouts? I get where you're coming from. The elf sauce is an extremely It has the consistency of molasses. It's
Gross.
extremely sour, but has some like kind of like there's like a gingery note to it too. It's definitely a savory sauce. It is not dissimilar from like Vegemite, but if you've ever had that, which is weird, or like Marmite, or like it's like
Oh, I like Marmite.
it's got that sort of like quality of like there's like a thing to it, but like it's also kind of it's like if you made like a real thick vinaigrette with that, and it was kind of like solid and had like some like gingery notes and just it's weird.
You keep winning me back and then losing me, and then winning me back and then losing me.
Then honestly, that's what I want, because it's supposed to be. It should be. It's like it's weird. The main thing is you're like you wouldn't say this is disgusting, but you're like, huh. So anyway, you can get elf sauce or mustard.
I take one bite of the elf.
Okay.
Discard that. Go to the mustard. And then, find a bench and lay down.
Hallie's actually gonna grab food from like every stall because she will not eat anything that is in the Bad Dragon.
Understood. Okay, that's fair enough. So in that case, it's typically you guys need to get some more minor characters to work on these food stalls. At some, we'll phrase it that like at some point the Shadow Elf Agitator, when you go over to one of the food stalls, he's like, "Hold on a second," and he runs over there and puts on a different apron, and is like, "Yeah, okay, so yeah, you want these? These are what they call these are chicken kebabs."
They're elf sauce at every stall because of him.
I haven't had a chance to make it here yet. You want some elf sauce? I'll go grab
no.
it. Oh, you guys don't know. It's good stuff.
I bet the elf sauce would be better on the chicken than the pretzel.
I mean, most elves don't eat chicken.
Yeah.
You know.
Are you vegetarians or what?
Most of us are. I mean, I'm not, because I have taste buds. Also, Shadow Elf rights. Woohoo! Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. So wait, you want this? You want chicken skewers? I don't know.
Well,
I'll
I'm
take
not gonna
a couple
make him
chicken
run
skewers.
to every stall, but I'm just gonna grab a couple of things.
Understood. You load up on stuff. You have a lollipop.
Callie, bring me some.
Okay.
Okay. So, you reach the doors of the Bad Dragon. Outside of the Bad Dragon, sexy AM FM radio alarm. She is just grooving. In her way. We haven't seen her in a while, so let's get her on screen.
She makes me so happy.
Little tip, I had to use like putty to keep her hands in to those things at the bottom. So there you go. The more you know. Let's see. Okay.
That's too big of a peek behind the curtain for me.
I apologize. I know we should.
Too much.
It also shouldn't happen in the game. That should have been a bonus feature. Son of a bitch. Okay. I'll get that in a minute. Her legs fall off all the time, which, you know, when you're talking about the sexy MF on radio alarm, that's probably what you're looking for. So she, but she's like, "Hey guys, let me turn up the volume because you're about to go somewhere rockin'." She turns the volume on herself. DJ3, make an endurance roll on your base stats.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Should we re-roll luck or no?
Oh yes, everyone. Also, before that, everyone roll your 4 for luck. I'm so sorry. Good call.
I have 2 2s for that.
2 2s. You managed to not fall over, but the sound is unpleasant to you.
2 7s on luck.
2 7s. You have 4.
How many are we rolling? I
2
forget.
7s on luck.
Once again, she got 3 5s. Every time she gets 5 looks. You do have 4 luck. You roll 4 d8s, and if you get 1 match, you have no matches 3, 1 match 4.
2 2s.
2 2s 4. So you guys all have 4. You got it. You're extra lucky. You can hear various kind of there's some music playing inside. Sexy AMF from radio. I was like, all right, so I was told to. She's kind of been bossing us around. She's just so hot and so but in a way where I don't know, where you would, you know. She's like,
Yeah.
"One I'd like to." I don't know. It's crazy. Anyway,
Like a MILF? Yeah.
I don't know this term, but it sounds perfect. So yeah, go on in, guys.
Does the term MILF not exist in
She,
Voluptua?
she definitely knows the term. There's no way she doesn't know that term.
What? No, because that term was popularized. So she's not saying this. I'll have to say it. The term was popularized after 1999, and that's really more of like a mid-90s energy.
That's fair.
Anywho, you guys, yes, you guys can enter, and I think you've all come in the place before, but it's the lobby of the Bad Dragon is kind of like low ceilings, very velvet. It's very kind of like, kind of intense. But as you sort of step in, you hear music is kind of coming from the like main theater straight ahead. There are some little other rooms. There's also like a long bar, well sort of stocked. I know Callie said we're not even looking at what they have to offer. But it's completely empty. You just sort of hear some music in that room.
Oh, let's go in.
So yeah, buckle up.
As you guys enter, once you start kind of going toward that door, you hear people say, hold on, and sort of they're quiet. And as you enter, you see La Trovadora is standing on stage. She says, "It's so good to see you all. Please come in, have a seat. Sorry about the ones that are a little bit torn or have weird stains on them and things. It's Bad Dragon, you understand. So I have gathered.
Callie's been in here before, and she have in her little like emergency pack just for this place have like a saran wrap thing. Not
saran wrap? I thought, yeah.
Not saran wrap, but like that thing old people put on their couches. I don't know what to call it.
Make a luck roll.
But it is, you should have a poncho, like a
What you want is like a tarp.
Yeah.
Make a luck roll.
2 twos. Yeah.
We'll say you have honestly, it's probably like a rain poncho or something that you can use it to cover your seat. Everybody else's.
Doug will just lay down somewhere.
Oh, Doug, don't lay down.
Probably worse. Oh God.
Yeah.
DJ 3 lays down. All right, roll a resist disease. That's a joke.
That's
a joke.
not a good idea, Doug.
But as you guys sort of take your seats, La Trovadora is on the stage and says, "So, I have put together I've put something together for you all. Sort of an explanation of sort of what we know. But I've brought out some of my friends here who are similarly skilled.
Please tell me there's no glitter involved.
Oh. Everyone is...
Ellie will take her poncho and move to the back row.
Excuse me for just one moment. And she kind of walks back. And you do hear a voice go, "Wait, why not? No, that's like..." And then you also hear someone backstage saying, "What about my sequins? I'm not sure if there's maybe no sequins. I mean, will you go topless?" Well, of course, but it's like there's lots of conversations. She comes
Still
back
trying to
and
get off
says, "By no glitter, you mean no glitter on you or no glitter on stage?"
On us, please.
This is okay. You're all fine. She kind of goes back and says, "You're fine."
Callie will move back.
You can have some of mine, Connor. I still got some from last
Nope.
time. This doesn't come off.
I don't know what's traveling to me with that glitter.
It's totally fine.
So, she says, "So we are going to sort of, we're going to take you on a musical journey, if that's all right."
Mm-hmm.
And, you guys sit down. All right. Not sure what I want to do right now. 'Cause I don't think the energy with you here and these on. I'm not going to play a guitar. It's fine. I'm not going to actually play music. On the Friday game, I would, but I also would have had everything pulled up because there actually is something I could literally sing at you guys that would solve a thing.
Do it.
Has been
You
a
want me
thing.
to get it?
I don't think I
Do
can't
it.
do it with this on. It's going to be 2. I will knock something over and I will get mad. I will get
Do
madder.
it.
I will get madder than I got on Friday, when I
Oh, boy.
could not call their Wednesday Medina, or yeah, I kept calling what their Wednesday Medina.
You almost
which is
ended the
name.
game right then and there.
I nearly said, I'm just done tonight. I'm ending the game right now. I was so mad at myself. I think, but I sort of want to. Okay, maybe I'll do. Hold on. I wasn't prepared for this.
The sunglasses
he's
for Whisper
running.
all over again.
Oh. All right.
Okay. So La Trovadora will sort of step out. La Trovadora will sort of step out to you all, and say, my friends, there are certain songs that exist where I am from, songs of power, but it is not only for those who are from where I'm from. And then suddenly, like lights come on, and you see that she, Paulette, Ellie Bog, and a somewhat irritated to be their Sister Mercy is on stage, because Sister Mercy also has the performer tag. And I would like to point out that what we have now is Sister Mercy in a nun costume performing at the Bad Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a lot of irony going on here. But, she's kind of up there, kind of, La Trovadora sort of starts kind of playing some music and such, and, problem with this, I also don't have it pulled up, so I'm gonna have to do this from memory, so apologies. And we've learned I can't really play. I have to play sort of like soft, because otherwise the Zoom, you guys can't hear anything. Thank you. But La Trovadora says, I'm going to sing you a song now that is important in the place that I am from, but that does not hold the power here that it does there. It took an awful lot of nerve. Wait. Shoot. I have to pull it up. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry. I need that. Can I have that?
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
Please take it, please.
Oh my god. This is the most terrible thing that's ever happened on this stream.
He's getting angry.
I'm as angry as I said I'd get.
You don't need to knock anything over.
I know. Okay. You got an awful lot of nerve showing up again after everything I've put you through. I can't believe you'd show your pretty face around here, baby, like there's anything that I could still do to get you to forgive me, to make everything right. Then at last I could live free and finally drag myself back into the light. And I know that I'm the monster in the pit of the night. I know that I'm the lord of the dark. But what is horror but a fear of losing all your love? What is terror but the lack of your spark? And now nothing's the same, girl. You say I can't be redeemed. Can we stop playing the game, girl? It wasn't near as bad as it seemed. Again, you're overreacting, 'cause girl, you know your body made me hard. Harder than an ever-loving rock. But loving you so deeply left me scarred. So scarred my soul has gone into shock. Each night I dream in dread and hope you'll break me apart. There's nothing I could ever do to atone, but you could squeeze another drop of love right out of my heart, as sure as you could squeeze the blood from a stone. Ooh, you could squeeze the blood from a stone. Now, throughout this song, the others on stage are all singing with her, kind of harmonizing, sort of coming in slowly. The song picks up at this point. She's sort of singing more stuff. What is going on here that's strange is that all of you do have a sensation that there is something magical about the song you're hearing. You are not being driven mad. You're not being sort of like messed with because this isn't a horrible thing. But you can tell that this song is there's magic in these words. There's magic in what's happening even here. And like it's interesting. She, rather than giving you a musical explanation of what's going on, she is sort of showing you some power from another place, a place that you haven't done. You've gained the power of these various creatures. You've looked at, you've gained their knowledge when they're in your heads. You've talked to them, and you've even gone to this other place, but you haven't sort of experienced, like, this song is granting you a level of understanding that you did not have up to this point. The song is granting you perspective in the way that these other places don't share the nature of your reality. And you all have a certain degree of understanding. You've all read a little bit of Blood from a Stone. Probably even Callie has, thumbed through a book of it here or there just to get the idea.
Callie gets it.
Callie gets it. KJ, not at all. But you understand that you are hearing something that is like probably like a cornerstone. You're sort of hearing like the background of that universe, like something from which it all sort of came out. And I won't continue playing, but there are lyrics at the end that seem interesting to you and would seem very interesting to people on Friday. Maybe we'll get to that at some point. The lyrics that stand out to you are, I broke the world for loving you. I broke it bad. I know my anger got the better of me. But what's worse is that I broke all of the trust we had. What is worst is causing you misery. But don't get jealous now, honey. You know that that's my job. Envy's not a good look on you, honey. Please don't embarrass me in front of this mob. They've got pitchforks and torches. So the point being, you get this sense of, like, I think the thing I'm trying to convey is she very accurately conveys to you the way that emotion and storytelling formed an entire world kind of just out of inspiration. Because Blood from a Stone was created from a bunch of inspirations that the Fleecing Schemester put into it. So in other words, this weird universe of these strange spaces was created in that way. The performance is both interesting, but I think more importantly, it sort of conveys all that information to you all. That's where we'll leave off with that. She plays a few songs. She plays this song, Blood from a Stone. She plays a song called, I'm Just Dying to Get In. She plays a song called, I'm Digging Your Body, You're Digging My Grave. Yeah, the hook of that one is, your body's like a graveyard, I'm just dying to get in. Yeah. So the point is, sort of, they sing these songs, and all the different performers have a chance to do it. You do, however, notice that though Ellibog and Paulette do a great job with these numbers, you can tell the performances from Sister Mercy and La Trovadora seem a little deeper, a little more, they clearly have some connection to it, but the overarching thing
that's
here,
because of they're from that setting, or
yeah, no role required. Yes, that's the reason.
Okay.
But so basically, what they've conveyed to you here, and what you sort of understand, and what the specifics of this wind up being about, are that obviously the Dreadlands are different than the Dreamlands. They seem to be more focused and more contained, but they're using the power of that place. But like a whole universe was just created in the doing it. If you have enough inspiration, you can build a world. And you guys you realize now you've sort of been doing a smaller version of that yourself, like with the block party. From this, what you're doing is you are taking direct inspiration. You're taking, let's take this thing from the story and build it, but there's apparently another version where what you do is you take other inspiration and use it to kind of like build up a huge world beyond. I'm sorry that I sang at you all without your consent. I do apologize.
It was great.
consent.
I guess there was consent, but
Jacques Hughes.
even so, I that was not planned. That was too impulsive on my part.
You did get angry without even dropping anything, though.
I'm always angry. Anyway, so at the end of it, as the performance, and also it's a fun show for all of you, like in general. Like even DJ3, though you're sort of like your head's banging, you probably feel a little like
Perking up a little
like,
bit.
okay, if I just stay in this exact position, yeah, this is pretty fun. So, at the end of this sort of performance, sort of La Trovadora sort of stops and says, so, do you, I'm sure that, I mean, Krigig told you all the knowledge, but do you feel what we're talking about now?
I'm sorry. I'm really not really with it today. I did have a pretty wild spring break, but I think that it like generally looked really great, and I felt something.
I feel better than when I came in here.
Oh, and Elibot goes, well, that's always the dream of when people hear me sing. I want to make them feel everything. And Sister Mercy says, we're not playing anymore. She just kind of walks off. Paulette says, this gig is really weird. And she kind of walks off as well. La Trovadora sort of, she'll kind of come down and say, but yes, Connor, Callie, do you understand?
We do, right? You said we understood.
I think you have like an understanding of the feeling of it, basically, of... You know, she gave you the emotional explanation, and she basically did it from her home, which is the Dreadlands, but in many ways, that's the best one to explain it through, because the Dreamlands is basically... Because, like, you definitely felt a lot of negative energy in that song. You felt this, like, charge of, like, fear and such, but you weren't actually being affected with it because you're not in the Dreadlands. So basically, she's sort of saying, so it seems all I'm trying to convey is these Dreamlands of yours... Anything can happen, any kind of song.
Can we make a song?
Of course. I would love to write a song with all of you.
Like if we were to like bring a book, like a book that exists like just outside of the library. We could bring it in. Could we go up to the Dreamland and then create a world like from that book?
Oh, like Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks? Who are the Mighty Ducks?
It's a hot little Pee-wee hockey team.
Pee-wee hockey. What is Pee-wee?
Munchkin. Children's. Sorry, Connor.
I don't know. You could certainly try to bring in a book from outside to try to build it as a place. I think that whatever builds the Dreadlands has much more power. I'll tell you what, Callie and Connor, would you two both make an analyze roll for me? I think the two of you have some knowledge of things.
I'll throw a couple power in there to get another die.
Well, as it happens, I should also mention, no need to. Please grant
A roll or throw?
No. Don't add any power. Because of your 4 levels of Spring Break, each of you today have, should have told you this earlier, but I meant to and completely forgot. You all have 4 bonus power today.
Oh yeah.
To just use however you want.
Oh, then I'll use 4 for 2 extra dice.
Fair enough.
Same.
Two 5s.
2 5s.
Three 6s.
3 6s. Okay. Connor, with your 2 5s, I'll actually, because actually, well, arithmetic and geometry are actually very, very sort of somewhat related. So we'll say you guys are working in tandem. But I'll say that Connor, you are focused a little bit more about, like, you're focused on sort of the specific, like, operation that one would do to do this. And you do think that it is the Tome of Tales is the book that's making all these characters come to life, that you can get these places from, that you can find more information about these specific settings. So you think that a mundane book can provide inspiration to you, but it might not have enough to, like, jumpstart a whole world. You know, a book that you just bring in can't do that. Callie, with your 3 6s, and we're going to specifically be going to, like, the relationship and relativity perspective, and this is about your favorite subject, so I apologize. You guys do know that Maisie has the deific tag. And you understand Maisie, you recognize that Maisie is, like, the most powerful thing you found from the Blood from a Stone setting. I will say that in this moment, Callie, it is your realization, and Frankie probably has told you a little bit about, like, Maisie's appearances in the top flight comics, that
When we've hung out.
Callie, you
At the party we weren't invited to.
Yeah, you suspect that
We were out of town.
that deific power is what allowed a world to be created based on inspiration that wasn't necessarily coming from the Tome of Tales. So you guys have the ability to do some big stuff because you have a connection to this Tome of Tales right now. Maisie was able to do it with the power of a god that was created by Tatiana Temple and others. That being said, you also have people here who were the architects of such things, and you can bring deific characters to this place. One is deep in process in the form of Maisie. And you did, you found some other deific characters. Who are they all? You've got Maisie is deific. Someone named Wenha is deific. Cousin from Star Tales is deific. You guys, the final is deific. So you've encountered some deific things. That's when you were doing your god thing. You guys were focusing on real world gods, but some of you occasionally were doing research into sort of the deities who are from these books. So you think if you're wanting to get into bigger picture stuff of creating not just little theme parks on a level of your elevator, but like huge worlds, you might need to find entities who can channel that degree of power, because perhaps on your behalf they could channel this power from the Dreamlands to shape things to the inspiration. Connor, you definitely don't think simply bringing a book in will do it. But upon having power of that nature, you might be able to shape things along the lines of a book you liked.
So I guess this that makes me think of probably a question that I don't know if we've already answered this. Whoever we summon, do they have to do what we say? Can they act against us?
In your experience, and this is, I will sort of tell you both out of game, this is true.
We asked if they could hurt us. That is all we really
you can they can be rude to you, they can sass you. There might be times where they're not like under your absolute control, like if you offend one, they don't have to do what you say. But as a sort of promise primarily made to KJ, they cannot hurt or harm or haunt you.
Okay.
Only Category 5 as a concept can haunt you. Yes, DJ3.
Yet.
Well, no, I'm sort of saying in this game they can't. If you're interested in a game where they can harm, hurt, and haunt you, join us on Fridays for Blood from a Stone Darkmoor, because in that one the characters they summon are literally monsters and they murder people.
Wait, though.
Yes.
They can. I mean, working against us doesn't necessarily have to mean harm or haunting us. They can work against you can work against someone and not really hurt them. You can just kind of negate what the efforts and what they're doing.
I'm not going to go so far as to say there's no way for you to ever be hampered by the characters here, but you're never going to be like they cannot like hugely cause you to come to harm. If you were doing something that they hated and you were greatly antagonizing them, it might be possible for them to, like give you bad advice, like do this or that. Like, you can't trust every word they say. They're not, they are not your possessions. They don't just blindly follow you. But broadly speaking, you gain their powers. You do what they say. They're in your heads. I
just wonder this because if we start to summon things with literally god tier levels of power, we're putting ourselves, like, in theory, we could be exposing ourselves to god tier levels of risk.
Well, certainly bringing in deific things will complicate matters. But remember, you're not even bringing in a deity. You're bringing in the Tome of Tales version of a deity that is sort of to do with his
but they still have the power. And I mean, like, I don't. Complications are different than like adverse effects. Or like,
make a detect vibe roll. Let's try that. Why not? Are you good at those?
I got 3.
Okay.
2 2s, baby.
The danger would be that power in your hands. The danger would not be from them.
Okay, great, cool.
Yeah,
that's all I care about.
Yeah.
Let us be the architects of our own demise.
There you go. That's the idea. But so La Trovador sort of, she plays you a nice, they've played you this song, and she says to you, DJ3, she will happily compose some songs for you whenever you want.
Right.
Yeah. But, at this point, the sort of smell of the bad dragon is probably overtaking, and you guys can step back out into the not sunlight, but the sort of shining cosmos above, sort of the purple sort of shining down. The block party still looks very good. It does seem that the landscaping takes care of itself, much like the food is replenished, Callie. Like, it doesn't, like, the flowers just kind of, they bloom and they're fine, but they're real, but, then they disappear and another flower blooms in their place kind of vibe. You can see that, your friend Elbrand is skating over on the side with a couple of other characters, just being like such the life of the party. Everyone just loves him. He's so nice.
Great guy.
And but yes, the song though, as you walk out, there's definitely you certainly remember the song you heard. There's like a weird vibe to it, a weird energy. Wednesday will appear at this point and say, I have more buns if anyone, not Miss Frankie of course, but if anyone would like them. But I did want to know what I could do to facilitate your future plans. I know that you have been on a break and perhaps reevaluating things, but for example, when I would gather the law masters for you, or gather specific people ready to have specific conversations, what your new plans or goals might be, or if you simply plan on just easing back into matters, seeking more characters, more staff for me. Not that I need more staff, of course. But if you want to bring me more staff, I can certainly put them to use. Do you like all the snacks?
Yeah, except for that elf sauce.
Oh yes, that stuff is disgusting. I actually asked him not to serve that. Has he been serving that, sir?
He gave us a taste, yeah.
Wasn't that bad though. I mean, really, it's just really sharing his culture. There's really no harm. It was optional. No, it wasn't forced on anyone. There's no
I mean,
need.
there are enough elves here that I don't think it's a bad thing if it's around.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. He just might have some unpleasant 3 a.m. shifts here or there.
Is there time here?
I was going to ask if you could put a clock of some kind so we could better keep track.
Yeah, we can do that.
Thank you. But yes, do you have any plans that you want to let me know of so I can best facilitate the characters to help you achieve them?
I think we should find a way to explore other places in the purple place outside of our own little pocket.
Yeah, expand our mobility.
Well,
And they take over the other ones too.
I wouldn't go that far.
The Lawmasters have taken to gathering in the library of Course Court. So, I can certainly ask them to begin theorizing on ways to get to other purple places, if you'd like. So he kind of nods, heads away.
I mean,
But
Doug, maybe we can just build it. We can go to the purple place and build a big railgun and just launch you to the next one.
oh man, not today though. Not maybe next. Yeah, next week I'm there.
Sounds good.
Is there also like a way we can communicate with like Purple Town,
Watchtower
Town?
I mean,
Like, can they send us emails and stuff so we can see what's going on?
No, our phones don't get signal or anything down there. We can just go down there and ask them. It's a very short trip.
Maybe we could figure out a way to like get a tin can made out of dream stuff with a big string attached to it.
Figuring out a means of communication between here and Watchtower Town would actually be... That is something you could definitely like try to do as your next book fair. In fact, that is 100% a goal you could have, because you could specifically there are certain characters who would have information about kind of long distance communication, both magical and technological. You'd primarily, I think, be looking to Krigig and Mrs. Goddett for that.
Mrs. Goddet's got it.
Mrs. Goddet's got some stuff. So yeah, if you guys want to dive into that, that's absolutely something you could attempt.
Yeah, dream fiber optic cable.
Yeah. Well, that way we also know if anyone else shows up there, we won't be caught off guard.
Yes. Do you want to talk to those two?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can. You were told they're probably in, and sure enough, if you kind of get to the thing, you can mention you're looking for them, and Krigig and Mrs. Goddett will sort of greet you in the Course Court library, sort of very, very soon. This guy's like, hey, so yeah, I probably got it, whatever it is you're looking for. What do you want?
Trying to find. Oh, go ahead, Connor.
I said, I mean, we're trying to figure out how to work up some kind of, I guess it would be some form of interdimensional communication, so we could communicate with Watchtower Town while we're down here.
Okay, well, you're getting into some crazier stuff, but occasionally we have engaged in, there's some little weird pockets of space where they're not exactly on the same level of reality or wavelength and such. So yeah, we've worked out some things where you can have little buoys that, send the signal down and get transmitted up, and yeah, there's ways of it. It requires some building and such, and Krigig says, yeah, and certain sort of sending spells such as this can cross interdimensional realms. What you're asking, though, for is a means of communicating with something that's purely in the Dreamlands, is it not?
Yeah.
So that might be a bit more tricky, but I'll be honest with you, the fact that you've modelled our sky on theirs, that might be a means of sort of a connection, a bit of a tether we could sort of piggyback on.
What if could we like create two identical satellites that have some kind of like matching transponder with each other, and then put one up here and put one up there?
What's a satellite? This guy says it's like a tiny little moon or something that is artificially made and we put up. Oh, yeah, that sounds. Well, you can make those. Yeah, we make all sorts of stuff to go. That's bloody wizard it is. No, it's science. So as they sort of start talking, Connor, that seems to be an idea that we'll go for that. Would you, in fact, Connor, give me or anyone who'd like to, a calculate roll to assist them with that? And
I have 4 in that.
Well, and you get 4 extra on every roll.
Whoa.
Wait, 4 extra.
Wait, you get
every
plus
roll?
4 per roll?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize it was every roll.
Oh, I thought we just had 4 extra power to use. 4 extra power per roll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Fuck yeah, all right, that's 2 more dice.
We need to roll all kinds of stuff now. I want to even calculate now.
That's 2 1s.
Got
2 7s and 2 4s.
2 7s and 2 4s. Do you want to try one?
3 1s,
You're
2
good
6s.
at it, actually. You could do 5 for free. Wait, 3 1s?
Yeah, and 2 6s.
It's a lot.
Hungover Doug is like a mathematical savant.
It came back from break, baby.
Like, guys, I think I drank myself smart.
I supercharged this noggin.
It rewired all the concussions he's had.
Pops up some glitter.
Oh no.
Oh, poor Doug.
You really see a doctor popping up with it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, with this stuff, you guys can actually sort of like, I mean, none of you are, literal rocket scientists, but with sort of this
Well, not with that
breadth,
attitude.
this breadth of roles, and actually largely on piggybacking from Doug, yes, you guys are in fact able to, you're able to do a pretty darn good, like discussion of what you think it would take, and the idea of placing a satellite here and also launching one there, you do think could give you a tether. Mrs. Goddett could pretty easily fabricate the materials necessary to have like a transceiver box down at the bottom, both here and there, kind of that would go up to satellites. She will sort of need some materials to do this, but that's not entirely difficult for you to find. And with a book fair and some sort of dedication to it, you're pretty confident that by next week you could launch a couple of satellites for a sort of more continuous communication, provided Kriggig can get whatever, magical connections between the two, kind of, what's the sympathetic magic? That's from those books, the Patrick Rothfuss books, where there's like if you pair these two things and then move one, the other moves. So that's the idea here, is if you have these two satellites really be linked and you put them in two places, theoretically they should across the
get them lined up on a quantum level.
Exactly.
Can we do any compose create shenanigans now with our +4s?
Ooh, tell you what, yes, in fact you could do some compose shenanigans, some compose create shenanigans now, yes, if you want to, because that's like maybe we'll say it's more the compose than the actual building, but if you want to sort of design these things, would you want to do a compose create? So you automatically have 8 if you want to spend your extras on that, and you could spend 4 more to get to 10.
Yes.
Okay, so you can roll 10 and you got plenty to play with. Anybody else can roll a compose create as well if they want to, just for the heck of it.
Let's do it,
It's
baby.
backup,
We're
but-
rolling 5.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope. All right, here we go. Amazing big nights, guys.
Nothing from me.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
Frankie already had like 8 to begin with.
I've got 4 2s, 4 4s, and 2 6s.
She had all 3 are matches on hers. That's insane.
I had 4 3s and I was happy with that.
You had 4 3s. So
I only had 3 2s and 3
Nope.
4s and
Nope.
And
Nope.
2 7s.
Cumulatively, you guys have 4 2s, 4 3s, and 4 4s, which means rhetoric, dialectic, and music. So music, having the 4s in music means this is going to be an incredible, like, you can make this, the design, you know, like the aesthetics. This is going to look good. Because you got a 2, because you got this in the 6s, though, I'll also say, what did you get, Connor? You got nothing?
No matches, yeah.
Callie, did you roll on Compose Create? You don't have to have.
Oh, I rolled. I got nothing.
Nothing. Okay, cool. So DJ3 brings in like the logic that
4 3s, 2 7s.
Oh, and 2 7s. Jeez. Okay. Well. So the 2 7s, honestly, astronomy and geometry were probably, those would have been like the best things to have had super high for the sort of math side. But you guys have done such a good job of covering sort of other bases in this. What do you want these to sort of look like? What do you want these satellites, like, what, like, aesthetically, do you have any preferences? Any like, do you want them in the shape of anything?
Hockey puck.
Hockey puck. It's a
So like a normal.
it's a very short cylinder, basically.
Or a hockey stick.
Okay.
Or a hockey skate.
Or the next thing you think of.
Well,
A hockey net.
there. Oh,
Oh,
wait, we
hockey
can,
net.
there we can kind of like
Me.
disguise, or not disguise.
Oh,
Make it
I
look like another
really
celestial body
love
that
a
would be there.
dog-shaped one. That's really sweet.
Callie, were you saying to make them
Yeah.
look like something natural?
Well, like if we could hide it in the sun that's already there, like use that as some kind. Because if there's now a second big thing in the sky, I don't know if that's worrisome.
Well, so Mrs. God will say, well, no, I was imagining we'd put it in rather high orbit. It would appear as just but a little blip.
Oh, okay.
Sort of, because the sun's not there all day as far as what Connor's explained. The sun does set, right?
Yeah.
What-
So,
What's our mascot again? What did we say it
don't-
was?
We don't.
Earl
We didn't.
Acorn?
We don't.
No,
have
we,
one.
we had one when we talked about it before.
Maybe for the school?
Yeah.
Like,
Like the
squirrels
thing
and
that-
acorn, right? The
Was
acorns?
it the squirrel?
yeah, hold on.
Squirrel shape.
An acorn shape would be the purple acorn is the mascot.
Yeah.
Ah,
So
acorn.
we gotta get that nut.
Is that what we agreed on?
Yeah, the student section cheers up. Get that nut.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I'll bet a lot of students do that. That is not the official chant for the school. The official chant is something real lame like our school, yay us. But get that nut is what everyone says.
Oakshire U, woo woo woo.
Whoa.
Let's go, Oakshire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go.
Shit
Oh.
like that.
Yeah.
For a satellite to work, does it need a necessary shape? Okay.
Mrs. Goddard sort of says, I mean, we sort of need, I'd imagine.
Mrs. Goddard
Sorry.
says
Mrs.
that?
Brown. Yeah. I've even got accents, you guys. No, Mrs. Goddard, she'll say, well, no, I think for a standard sort of communication satellite like that, I mean, I do something between 2 or 3 meters long. Could really be any shape, just as long as the transceiver coil is sort of large enough. You know, we want it to be at a pretty considerable distance and have pretty good coverage. Because I mean, I may be going further than is necessary, but this would provide you communication on the entire area. You know.
Yeah. What about beyond?
Well, these would probably be shorter range waves. See, okay, so she starts getting into an incredibly complicated thing of talking about like subspace transponders versus how like these are just going to be using normal light rays to transmit information. Whereas if you're doing stuff where you're going in subspace, you have to have a different kind of thing, which wouldn't even get it between because it still has to be on space. So basically she's saying you could send messages, but they would take years to reach other stars.
Doug will just recite back standard sci-fi mumbo jumbo to her as she's talking.
So you get it. Okay, perfect. It's just the positrons. He gets it. He understands. Yeah, perfect.
Give everyone-
So I think with that in mind, so you've already made the roll, you two. What is the shape of these satellites?
Frankie can choose. I have to put out my ideas.
I would like her best like approximation of a Doug.
You want it to look like Doug.
Yes.
Okay. Mrs. Goddard's like, okay.
I'll start posing.
Okay.
Oh, I love that.
Just to like, so you don't want it to look like the Brickborn we got.
To look like the what we got?
Hi.
That guy
Oh
right there.
wait, oh Doug, I'm so sorry.
No!
I'm so sorry.
He did do exactly
We are
what
bringing
you did
Mason to
there.
this world now.
Oh, I can't even look at him.
He'll walk in and say, "Hey, what's everyone up to today?"
Oh,
Get out of here. We're busy.
Hi.
Wednesday, take him away.
Oh, do we need to? I'm sorry, you're being asked to leave. I thought you wanted to talk to me. You don't?
Nah, put him in the jail.
No.
We don't have a jail. Oh, what did I do? Wait.
Doug is going to spend the next however long it takes to research a jail into Dreamland.
I don't, I haven't, I mean, although...
Put him in the crypt.
Unless it was prophesied that I'm in the crypt, and then, yes, of course, I'm there, because it's what the prophecy foretold.
Prophecy's a lie.
Just
What is
giant
his
eyes
name?
looking up at you. Eldo.
Eldo. No, it's fine. You don't have to go to the.
No, go to the crypt.
No. Oh, no.
I mean, I'll go to the crypt. Maybe I'll get some good inspiration down there. Sorry. Just bump, 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 bump. Mrs. Goddard says, I'm not, I mean, that's a much easier shape to replicate than this guy, but okay, sure, whatever you guys say.
You can choose the color though. What's your favorite color?
Yeah, as long as it's unpainted Durasteel alloy, you can choose whatever color you want.
I choose Star Destroyer.
I don't know what a Star Destroyer is because that's well after my time.
Damn it.
But
Well, after my.
Before.
Hmm?
It's before her time, isn't it?
No, Mrs. Gotta was back like 3,000 years before the movies.
Oh, that's
She
right.
was in the Lost, yeah. She's like,
Yeah.
But honestly, wait, what am I kidding? They've called ships Star Destroyers for years. Yes, for sure, we can do that. So is it gonna look like Doug or is it gonna look like Eldo?
This feels really cruel.
No, you should follow your heart, and you know it's Eldo.
Hold on. I will let you make the same roll again if you'd like. You have to spend 4 more to get the thing. The other thing you could do,
Giving her a third option.
you could have it look like Doug in Brickborn form.
Ooh, I would like to not roll, and for it not to look like Doug, and for it to only look like
Eldo.
Eldo.
Okay.
Ugh. Gonna get that Eldo.
Oh God.
I love the petty reasons of like it's like Dan hates Elbrand and DJ3 hates Eldo. Wait a second. The anti-elves, baby.
Yeah, we're gonna look. Yeah, like later this week, I'm gonna text down and be like, look, if you figure out how we can decommission Albert, I'll figure out how we can, make
but
Eldo
Albert's
like
my
part of the wine
BFF.
cellar or something.
But do you guys also hate Captain Eldritch?
The Boston
not here
one or
yet.
the one after him?
Depends on which one.
Yeah, you gotta.
I just mean, are you gonna hate everyone whose name starts with L? Like
Yeah, why not?
No.
L, but like a little L. Is there anybody else? Oh dear. Or elves? Do you guys hate all elves?
No.
I literally can't. My entire thing is Shadow Elf.
I hate their sauce.
You do, yeah,
Their sauce is terrible.
Poor Eldo. He's a...
Poor.
There's
Wait,
only
but
one
wait.
of these L. There's only one of these L people that's really taking the brunt of my animosity.
Okay, that was
Oh.
well done. But wait a second, DJ3. So, but it
Yeah.
can't be universal. Otherwise, you also have to hate Ellibog.
Oh, I can't do that.
Yeah,
No.
guys. So, Frankie, as you sort of draw up the plans that are going to look like Eldo, You're gonna have these two.
It starts looking at Doug, crosses out. And then...
So as you put these plans together, you've done a great job. I'm gonna say that we have had an appropriately weird post-spring break energy tonight. And with those plans in mind, and you guys trying elf sauce, I think we're calling it here tonight. There is going... Go ahead, DJ3.
I just want to roll more with our +4.
Can we like with the last little bit of thing, like just like roll like build a clock tower?
Absolutely. Tell you what, if you guys want, yes. Real quick thing, this will be for a discount on a clock tower here for them to see, and you've got extra 4 on it. You've got extra 4 on everything. Yes.
Digital, please.
Digital?
What? You want to?
Yeah. Giant
No,
clock
not
tower,
50th,
but like digital.
Absolutely not.
like a Casio watch.
Yeah, at the top.
Blink.
Like
Blink.
big. But in
Big
digital.
fat Casio.
I will.
Oh.
I'm willing to compromise in that it's a normal, civilized-looking clock tower, but when you walk past it at eye level, there will be a digital thing for you.
Oh my gosh. All right. The first thing for this, I guess everyone can make a roll on this. I want everyone to make different rolls. So everyone decide what skill you want to use. We'll kind of do it that way. Anything, I think I would say a calculate and a compose create should probably both happen. Those are both very logical. Calculate for the thing. If anyone's good at arts and crafts or fine motor skills, that might be important to sort of bring into like the building of it.
Nope.
With a +4.
I mean, I have a 3, but if we add the plus,
You basically get, unless you wanted to like set one to something ahead of time or whatever, you're basically just gonna add 2 to any roll you make today. 2 free sets of dice.
I mean, that'll get me to 5 for either one of those, unless
Okay.
the extra gets you guys more than that. I'm willing to do that one.
Which one?
I'm just a flat 2 on all my coordinate rolls.
It'll probably be more in character for it to be fine motor skills than it would be arts and crafts for Callie.
Doug's got we got the arts and crafts.
You'll do arts
I
and
do like
crafts, Doug?
Yeah, I'm not terrible at it, but.
Oh, you don't have to.
Do you guys have a high compose create? Because I could swap somebody.
You're the composer and creator.
You literally, yeah, it's
Okay, but no more decisions
'Cause-
on my part.
But because she also has sanding 4 for arts and crafts.
yeah. So then she can do arts and crafts, and then I'll do fine motor skills. And Doug can cry in a corner that the satellite's not being made after.
Yeah.
Who's gonna do calculate?
I'll do calculate.
Connor will do calculate. You're gonna do compose create. Probably makes sense for you too.
Okay, I'll do whatever. Yeah.
Okay, so you can do compose create. Also, I would say you don't need both arts and crafts and fine motor skills. Like if you can think of another thing that sounds right.
Like
for a
work,
clock.
manual labor.
Tell you what, work at manual labor. Why don't you do a work manual labor, and then Callie, you can do either of those 2 you'd want. So let's do Connor first. You are doing you are giving me the mechanism.
I'm actually gonna spend more, add more.
Sounds great.
I'm spending an additional 6, so I have a total of 8 dice on this roll.
Okay.
How much do I have to spend to get me to 10?
What do you start at?
5.
That's with the extra
Yes.
2? You would
Yes.
need to spend 10 more to get to 10.
Done.
I'm spending 5 more to change one of my dice, so I have now 4 7s and 2 5s.
4 7s and 2 5s. So with 4 7s, Connor's like, all right, well, we want a mechanism to do this, and that way people can have cool fights in there occasionally. Great. You've got to figure it out. You're even like, and we could put it in a thing that shows a digital thing for people. Would you please do the compose create next?
Do I need to spend more to do 10? I can't remember.
To get to 10, yes, you'll spend 4 more. I got
Okay,
you.
yeah. I'll just do it.
Go for it. Ooh.
Oh. Not great.
No, you have a 3. You have 3 6s.
And then I'll spend
You can
5 more to go another 6.
Yeah, so you can get to 4 6s. So The clock tower is going to look awesome. It tastefully has some digital displays, not Casio.
Not the big. It's like the big one.
But the big display is a very beautiful, you know.
And then, like, if the power goes out, it'll just be a flashing
Beep,
thing.
beep, 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 beep. Or like, yeah. And the worst is when it's flashing, but it's like 3:21, so it's been that long since anyone even tried to fix it.
Yeah.
All right, next, Callie, would you reveal your roll or make your roll?
I got 2 1s, 3 8s, and 4 6s.
Cool. So in other words, as per usual,
And a 7.
you guys are putting a huge amount of stuff. So this is going to be a really cool looking thing. And DJ3, please make your work roll.
I got 5 7s,
Wow.
5 7s. Okay.
2 8s, and 2 4s.
Oh, and you still had other ones. Then in that case, DJ3 starts like, and remember, this is just him. He is
Putting it together.
like hockey player. Like, as you guys are like conjuring these like metal girders, he's just like picking them up and like putting them into place. It's intense.
Huh.
Using
Because
his
of-
rage from not being the satellite.
So the first 2 things just meant you guys designed a cool thing and it looks great. The very good results from your sort of like did you do fine motor skills?
Makes more sense for Callie.
Yeah. So Callie, with your fine motor skills, like you sort of are like crafting the smaller pieces really well. But then with the 5 from DJ3, this is going to cost you 0 inspiration.
Hot damn.
Spring Breakin', free clock tower. And I know you don't want to make decisions, so I'll ask everyone else, but this would have been your call. What is the chime?
When you make a hockey goal.
It is not a goal buzzer. No.
Absolutely not.
I just like some good classic bells.
Oh, I love
Bells. All right. Wow. Awesome.
I'll do some research on my own over the next couple days and figure out and provide some options to the group text thread and see what we agree on.
For some bells.
Yeah.
You can do some sort of bells, but
Can I
go ahead, DJ3.
sneak in a little picture of myself at the top of the clock tower?
You're doing all the work, so you can easily just like, I don't know where. Oh, you can take the picture Frankie started drawing of you for her plans and stick that up there, no problem. Where do you guys position this? Do you want is the elevator coming out of the bottom of the clock tower?
Wait, so question. So like when the elevator arrives here, this is what I was wondering. When the elevator arrives here, it's just gonna like appear out of the ground, or what happens?
It doesn't appear. There's just like there's kind of just like a box with an elevator door on it. You know.
Oh yeah, so this is like just built over the elevator.
You could build this over the top of the elevator. Yeah, for sure. Cool. Okay, so yeah, you've got like the elevator. It's oh my god, guys, now it is 100% the Americana at brand. It's like when you come down the elevators from the parking garage and there's all those like clockwork things. Yeah, that's.
But it doesn't put out good memes.
No, it doesn't.
I never
But-
noticed there was a clock tower there. Or a clock thing.
And it plays all the Sinatra you care to hear.
And more.
And then a lot more. All right, well, guys, that was well done. We have a clock tower over the elevator. So with that, you guys can board the elevator. Wednesday says, "Thank you. That looks wonderful. You do very good work."
Thank you.
Would have been better as digital.
Did you want Eldo beaten?
What?
Yes.
No, never. What?
Very well.
Yes, please.
I'm getting mixed messages.
No.
I'll just go with my heart.
Do that.
I find that the most concerning option, actually. I don't know this.
I trust you, Wednesday. Fully and completely.
Understood. Well, with that, you guys return to ready for like school to get into session. You now have like a goal here that you're going to work on these very complex satellites. So we're going to basically have this week a new activity called telecommunications. Or something of that ilk.
Call me maybe.
Where you can sort of participate in putting these things together. I guess I'll also if I can think of a character tag about like long range communication characters, they'll get a ×2. But honestly, I don't know that there are any who would.
Wouldn't Lumen?
I mean, yeah, Lumen does, but like, there's very few characters in any of our games where their like defining characteristic is they can do long
Oh,
range.
sure.
The Chikara users.
Yeah, like they can do it. They like it's more just like any magical people. Have this stuff.
Sorcerer.
Yeah. Yes, that is true. I'll think about if I'll think about it if it warrants a full times two, because I like to also give some kind of bonus. I'll try to think of what makes sense for that, or maybe there's an existing keyword that I should go with for it. But yeah, okay, cool. Well, because sorcerer might be. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you all. Also, on that note, I mentioned this earlier, but yes. So, for those of you who participate in our in the downtime for this game, that's over on our Discord. Join our Discord if you're not in there. You can let me know, and I can let you into the folklore studies department where we do these daily things. I am once again requesting that you post only, try to post once per day. If you want to reply to something funny somebody else said, you could do it in your post, but please make the first word of any post the activity itself. Obviously this past week was particularly loosey-goosey because it was spring break, as it should have been. But I'm saying that as a for moving forward. Thank you so much. We have other games in this channel, such as, and for instance, tomorrow we have Grey in the Dark, our noir game. It's going to be real fun as they investigate a castle with one of their members being replaced by who knows what. On Friday, we have Blood from a Stone. That game has a lot of correlation to this one, a lot of fun stuff. We'll sort of, so if you like the vibe of this, check that out. It's this, but horror and bad, and they're way less powerful and much more prone to death.
Yeah.
On Sunday, we will be back with more of our murder mystery in the dragon game, Here Be Dragons, where one of the dragons is squaring off against a giant, on her own. Guess who? It's Monda. And, then we'll be back here.
But it's a murder mystery?
They're at the dragons are at a murder mystery party.
Oh.
Where the person said, I want to figure out which one of you is the one I'm looking for. Do a murder mystery, whichever one, you start murdering people. And they were like, are we actually supposed to murder them, or are we just yeah, that's the vibe. So anyway, it's gone about as well as you'd think. It's the grand pyramid of eternal diversion, and it's living up to its name. So yeah, that's on Sunday. And then back next week, we'll see what kind of satellites we've got. So this will be some satellite building this week. I'm very excited for that.
Funny, I thought we were on the near the main quad, but I guess we're at a satellite campus.
Thank you. Well done. So yeah, please follow us if you're able here. Follow along also for all those shows. Subscribe if you can. Dan, do you want to plug your channel?
Yeah, I stream on Twitch. Come check me out. We're playing Golden Sun a lot, baby. Pierce, that was a come and get it, Pierce. Come on. Pierce is booing me in the chat for that pun. Yeah, we stream. Got some fun emotes.
Pierce, the train has sailed on that, sir. He's the puns of if there were much more egregious ones that should have happened. There's no getting rid of him. Is my point. I had the chance to ban Dan, and it's we're all stuck with it.
Yeah. I've integrated myself too seamlessly into what's going on here.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you so much. That was awesome. I appreciate this. Really, remember when I played guitar and wasn't ready to? That was really...
yeah.
I mean, Moletrap made a point that I didn't say my name, but I am in the chat here at Steinberg, or I have it listed on the name thing. You can see it on the screen when I'm talking. Good. So, but yeah, come vibe. Come give me slap that follow button. Probably be live tomorrow.
Perfect. All right. Well, very good, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. This was a fun one as always. I always love these trips to school because weird stuff happens. Thanks for playing. Until next time, class dismissed.